This is the unknown story of the swimming T-Rex in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Tyrannosaurus rex was the largest species of tyrannosaurid and was intended to be the star attraction of John Hammond's vision for the original Jurassic Park. During the Isla Nublar incident in 1993, a female T-Rex escaped from her enclosure and became wild on the island. 7 tyrannosaurs existed in total between the two islands and were cloned by InGen scientists circa 1990. Now, we all know what happened in the original Jurassic Park. The T-Rex broke out, escaped, wreaked havoc on the island, and presumably lived there for roughly a decade until it was recaptured in 2002 and placed in captivity in Jurassic World on Nublar and residing in T-Rex Kingdom. So where then was this scene supposed to be where there was a T-Rex swimming after potential targets? And can they even swim in real life? More on that in just a moment. Unlike their prehistoric forebears, tyrannosaurs bred by InGen were taught to hunt prey by seeing movement, likely considered stationary objects to be less of a threat, and that's where this theory came from that the T-Rex's sight was based on movement. Now this is where our story begins. A version 4.1 tyrannosaur was shipped from Isla Sorna to live on Isla Nublar in 1989, and that is the tyrannosaur we know as REXY, and this is where she would stay until the 1993 incident. When Dennis Nedry disabled Jurassic Park's power, the dinosaur was able to escape her enclosure, where she decided to attack the land cruiser of Tim and Lex Murphy, and then later goes on to kill one of the other guests, Gennaro, by eating him alive. After this, at some point, the dinosaur tore through the fence of the sauropod paddock and entered it, presumably due to her interest in the paddock's sauropods. Inside the paddock, she hunted a herd of hadrosaurs, killing one in the process. She then took the one of the hadrosaurs she'd killed and travelled to the dock near the raft storage maintenance building, where she fell asleep. Now, this is where we're going to go slightly off the original movie script, because obviously the next time we see the T-Rex is in Jurassic Park's visitor centre, where she actually faces off against the pack of raptors and wins. But what happens if I told you this wasn't the original course she was supposed to take, and she's actually meant to be, well, let me just tell you the full story. On their way back to the visitor centre, Dr. Grant and Murphy encountered the adult T-Rex once again, while trying to retrieve a raft to reach the human-populated areas of Isla Nublar. They managed to retrieve one of the rafts in storage and become waterborne without waking her. However, not too long after getting onto the water, Lex Murphy started to cough, which awoke the sleeping T-Rex. Now awake, the massive theropod proceeded to pursue the boat and attack the 3. During the conflict, Dr. Grant tried to stop her by firing the air pistol at her to no effect. Ultimately, she wasn't able to kill the humans and withdrew, but this wasn't the end of her chase. After Alan Grant and the Murphys left that pond and was going downstream, they were actually in the Jungle River cruise, and this is where the Tyrannosaurus encounters Dr. Grant and Murphy once again, while on the bank of the Jungle River, where it tried to attack them several times, but was unsuccessful each time due to the thick foliage restraining her. Unsuccessful in her attacks, the Tyrannosaurus continued to travel down the bank, where she harassed a mating pair of Dilophosaurus, which allowed the humans to safely bypass the venomous dinosaurs, and also escape the pursuing T-Rex. Now, this isn't the end of her story with the water or with her swimming. Oh, no. But let me get this out the way first, and we'll continue our story where we left off. Now, these scenes I've just talked about here were actually from the Jurassic Park novel and were not used in the film, although there was talk of this being used in the film, but at the time there was no proof a tyrannosaur could even swim. But latest evidence suggests that T-Rexes could actually swim in bodies of water, where their claw marks or foot marks have actually been discovered on the base of large pools of water, showing that they would have actually taken to water at some stage. There was also meant to be a second tyrannosaur on Isla Nublar, a juvenile tyrannosaur, but again this was never included in the 1993 movie release, although was heavily featured in the Jurassic Park novel. Now, if you're wondering what actually happens to REXY after that river and pond scene where she was swimming, the tyrannosaur continued to explore the Jungle River cruise, and as she did, Robert Muldoon was waiting to tranquilize her and return her to her paddock. Muldoon fired his shot at the predator only to miss. This angered the Tyrannosaurus as she proceeded to charge towards him. As she ran towards Muldoon, Muldoon fired a second shot, which did hit the target. But because the tranquilizer effect did not react fast enough, he believed he'd missed and actually retreated from the Tyrannosaurus. And just after Muldoon left, the Tyrannosaurus Rex encountered Grant and Murphy children for the 4th time as their raft fell down the nearby waterfall that contained Maintenance Building 04. She attacked them again, but only caught Lex's life jacket, and the humans went inside the waterfall while she was distracted with the vest. So at this stage, she's still in the water at the base of this waterfall, and the water must be coming up to roughly her thighs at this stage because it was able to float the raft but wasn't deep enough for her to swim in because she was standing. After she was finished with the vest, she decided to poke her head inside the waterfall, where she used her tongue to feel around the room for any of them humans. She found Tim and began to pull him in towards her mouth. Does any of this sound familiar? Well, you're absolutely right. It is the scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park. The Lost World Jurassic Park actually took this scene from the book, the first book, and used it in their second movie, rather than put it in the first film. After she found Tim with her tongue and started to bring her towards him, the effects of the tranquilizer kicked in, rendering her unconscious. Personally, I loved this scene with the waterfall in the Lost World Jurassic Park and thought it was absolutely amazing, and I can see why they used it in the second film rather than the first. But what do you guys think about the swimming Tyrannosaurus Rex? Did you know about these scenes? Did you know that they were in the novel and never used in the film, which is a shame? Would you have liked to have seen Rexy chasing Dr. Grant and the Murphys through the water, swimming after them on the raft, biting, snapping, water going everywhere, and chasing them down that jungle river cruise? Please let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comments below. I read every comment, so it does mean a lot to me. And if you like this video, go check out all my other videos and stories and unknown mysteries. There's plenty on the channel, and if you enjoyed this, you'll definitely enjoy them. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. And if you did enjoy this, please consider supporting me and become a YouTube member, at which I'd like to thank my YouTube members and my Patreons. Thanks guys for supporting me. I'm Shadows, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers now, and bye-bye.